Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Before we get started with this video, hit the subscribe button, join up, be a part of what's going on here at the Sooner Surge. Also, check out fanstop.com. When you go there, look at these national championship shirts. They're officially licensed. Four-peat, you got the national championship shirt, great looking shirts, great prices, and the links are in the description. So make sure you check out the description of this video and go get yours ordered today. We got another video about the incoming freshman. This one on Corri Hicks, catcher, also plays a little bit of first base out of Archbishop, and another really talented player coming into Norman this coming season, Hunter.
Yes, Corri Hicks, another right-handed hitting player, also catcher and first baseman, as you mentioned. One of two in the class that catch and play the infield some. But a year ago in high school, slash 302, 444, and 587 with 1031 OPS with 6 home runs and 16 RBIs. The big thing of note here, Orange County Batbusters is who she plays travel ball with. Coach Mike Stith mentioned it earlier in the week for another video for Gabby Garcia, who's also on that team. That team has so many talented alums. Mike Stith, one of the best travel ball coaches in the country. I mean, if you really just want to look at the Oklahoma chain of former Batbusters to play for the Sooners since 2017. You have Maya Bland, Hannah Core, Ella Parker, Kai Miner, Gabby Garcia, Sophia Bordia, 25 commit, Alyssa Brito, Nicole May, Zaida Pooney, and Jocelyn Allo also played for the Batbusters back in her travel ball days. So a very talented travel ball team that I think when you're playing in those type of travel ball circuits, you're going to be prepared from early on for the next stage of college softball.
Yeah, the travel ball in softball is so important. I mean, yeah, high school is great, but travel ball, I think, just big time help for these athletes. And once again, another West Coast player, and Patty Gasso has just dominated nationally, recruiting all over the place. I mean, she's getting players wherever she wants them, pretty much. And one thing about Corri Hicks, comes from an athletic family. Dad played basketball at Oregon. Patty Gasso said about Corri Hicks, unbelievable arm, can throw anybody out for catcher. Corri Hicks actually said on a video I was watching, she was asked who her favorite athlete is. Guess who she said? Other than Kobe Bryant, her other favorite athlete, Kenzie Hansen, guys. So looks up to Kenzie Hansen, plays the same position, and I think it's very important for Oklahoma as they have two coming in at catcher because they don't have a catcher at all right now. So you're looking at Corri Hicks and Riley Zakay, who we just did a video on, both coming in at catcher to try to win that spot. Both uber talented, really good players in their own right. And so they'll be interesting to see kind of how that develops at that position. But the good thing about both of them is they are good enough to play other positions if you needed it. So I think that helps too. Corri Hicks, great. She brings power to the plate and power behind the plate with her arm. So kind of a double whammy with the power. And I believe Patty said that when she gets into Oklahoma and gets with the strength and conditioning program, there's a lot that they can really do with her as far as, physicality, strength, and all that. So I'm super excited for Corri Hicks to get there in Norman.
Yeah, strength and conditioning starts, I believe, first week of school in August. Then you have the battle series in the fall. And Corri Hicks and Riley Zakay are two to watch in the battle series. I mean, especially if, say, Oklahoma doesn't pick up another catcher from the transfer portal. I mean, somebody has to replace Kenzie Hansen. I mean, that's a very difficult task. Kenzie Hansen started from young, from as a freshman. Started at first base year one, then moved into the catching role, and really just never gave it up the rest of the way. So that could be an option. And you also have another top catcher in the country for the 25 class. I mean, there's going to be a lot of competition across the board when you're replacing 10 seniors and bringing in 8 freshmen. I mean, that is a very big recruiting class. You want to look at the 23 class. There was only 4 players in that class, so you're doubled for 24. You gotta somebody has to step up. The battle series is going to be interesting because I mean, you're a couple months after you mentioned the strength program again. After getting all that, the foundation laid there and starting to get ready for the season, and then just that pure competition that you're going to see for about 6 weeks in the middle of the fall.
Yeah, and then Corri Hicks too. You mentioned the travel ball. I think it's amazing, and she's one of some of these players that you hear it when they get done with school and they just thank their family for all the sacrifices. I mean, there's some of these players that drive 6 hours on a weekend to go play travel ball. I mean, every weekend, and I believe she's one that traveled quite a distance to play on travel ball and certain teams. So I think that's kudos to the families that do that, and that tells you right there it's a player that's all in on softball, right? Live it, love it, and all that. But you mentioned replacing Kenzie Hansen, Hunter. How, and we haven't really talked about this. We did a little bit, but not really in depth. But I think it's very interesting that the 3 GAs you have coming back, Carly Keeney, Tiare Jennings, and Kenzie Hansen, all 3 in very important positions. I mean, you look at it, Kenzie Hansen, you have 2 new catchers coming in. Carly Keeney, you have young pitchers there right now, just Peyton Monticelli and Kirsten Dill until they get somebody out of the portal. And then Tiare Jennings, look at all the middle infielders coming in. So you have all 3 of those. I think that's kind of fitting that those 3 stuck around. I don't think there was I think there's a reason why, right?
Yeah, TR Jennings played both sides of the
Yeah.
middle infield. Kinsey Hansen again, a 4-year starter at catcher with the COVID year, and then Carly Keeney was only around for a year, but I mean her days back at Liberty
Yeah.
as a pitcher that had to be the workhorse. I mean, appearing in so many games, so much experience across the board. I think all 3 of them are going to be extremely beneficial for this freshman class, for Audrey Lowry in the circle, for the 4 or 5, sorry, middle infielders, and then for Corri Hicks and Riley Zakay.
Player and may play from day one. We will see, because the competition is going to be very fierce to try to get that catching position for Oklahoma. Between her, Riley Zakay, and maybe a portal player, we'll see. We'll see what the options are. But Corri Hicks is an outstanding option for 2020, for next year, 2025, I guess that would be. But appreciate you guys watching the video. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join up. Be a part of it. We'll talk to you next time. Boomer.